Oh shit, it's been 1 week. Holy sh! Welcome back. So first off, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the past videos. We are going daily uploads until 600 subscribers, which probably won't be too much longer. I give it a few days max. But I appreciate all the support. And I'd really appreciate it because I can't really tell if you guys could just watch the videos all the way through, even if you're not interested in the topic, with the volume on 1, just to help me out. Really helps me be able to pursue this long term. If you like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications, subscribe, of course. Anything you can do to help me in any way, it would be greatly appreciated. Every last thing helps the algorithm. Every last thing helps me. But today I am going to be talking about ashwagandha and my 1 week through it. And some of you might be sitting here right now that know a little bit more than I do saying, you can't see results from ashwagandha in a week. And that's perfectly fine. You'll understand more when I get into the video. I don't know how long it's going to take to kick in. I just want to do weekly updates, at least for like 2 weeks. And then I'll decide from there what I want to do past. But if you don't know, I started taking ashwagandha, specifically KSM 66, 1 week ago, for 2 reasons, and I named these reasons on my TikTok. 1, anxiety and stress relief, and 2, muscle growth / performance, even if it was just in the slightest. Because I said to myself, even if it were to just help me 1 little percent, I would be perfectly fine with it, because it double serves, it landed. It double serves as anxiety and stress relief. Which, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know that I'm a bit insane. I'm kidding. So I'm just going to kind of talk about it. I have a couple things written down. And then, after I'm done talking about it, stay tuned because I'm going to get into something else that'll kind of group it all together. So, 3 things. Deadlift. My deadlift felt great. It was yesterday. Yeah, my deadlift felt great yesterday. I started at a plate, then went up to 2, all 4 reps. And it felt amazing. Regardless of the weight, based off of my past performance, it was definitely a great feeling, and I definitely felt better than I have in past weeks. 225 or 12, could have even threw more in there. Form was great. I felt strong. I felt confident. Everything felt amazing. Squat. I squatted 2 plates for 4 a couple days ago, which just a few weeks ago I was squatting 225 for 1. It was my 1 rep PR. Now I just squatted it for 4. I felt great. It felt good. I wasn't struggling. I wasn't like shaking up and back or whatnot. Everything felt clean. Everything felt good. And then bench. I benched. I tried to do a heavy weight of 155 for as many reps as possible. Then I work my way down because I'm trying to go up a weight, lower reps to get my bench up. Previously, I had only benched 155 for 6. And a couple days ago, I benched 155 for 7. So obviously, it's only a 1 rep difference, but really it is all the difference because we're getting into like the 8 rep range, and that's amazing. That's working sets at that point, or very close to it. So strength went up once again, felt amazing, felt confident, felt good. But out of everything, I would say the deadlift felt more amazing than anything. Even though the squat was probably the most impressive because just a few weeks ago it was my 1 rep PR and now I'm repping it, the deadlifting just felt amazing. It felt super, super, super solid. So the question is, was that because of ashwagandha KSM 66? Anyways, moving on. I felt a lot more lean this week. More lean than I felt in a while. And I've upped my calories in the past few days, so that might change. But in the past week, I felt very, very, very lean. I felt very good. I went from a couple days ago, about a week ago, not even wanting to take progress pictures to taking a few for fun in the past couple of days, which feels amazing. It feels great being able to see visible abs, at least with the right angles and lighting, as you're 162 days into bulking, 163. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check my TikTok. But it felt great. It really did feel amazing. As of muscle gain, I have definitely in the past week felt like I have gained some mass overall. So that's a great thing. But these two things, feeling lean and muscle gain, is that because of Ashwagandha KSM 66? Who knows? Moving on into the third and final stage of things, which is primarily the main purpose of this, anxiety and stress relief. So I guess I'll take a little bit more time with this because I have a little bit more to say. Throughout the past week, I've felt it's a really hard situation because I had a lot more of a reason to have anxiety and stress about 2 weeks ago, to where this week I did, but not as much. But I have definitely not felt careless at all by any means, but felt less stressed about the things that I cannot control. That is one thing that I've definitely felt this week. I've accepted the things that I cannot control. And that's not always the case for me. So, who knows? Was it this, or was it the fact that things have gotten a little bit better and it was my mindset that changed? But I've definitely felt like I've accepted the things that I cannot control. And then also, some days were better than other days. So, it was kind of like alternating back and forth. One day, I had like, kind of like, I don't even know what I want to call it. I would call it an anxiety attack, like, where I was like feeling like how I did before this past week and so before I started taking this, where things just weren't good. And then there was days where I did not have that at all. But when I found myself in the situations where it was something that I could not control, instead of thinking about what could be, what couldn't be, and the negatives, and really even the positives, I just found myself not thinking about things that I cannot physically change in the moment. But then, like I said, the following day, I had my thoughts and I was in moods. Like yesterday, I was in a little bit of a mood. The day before, I felt pretty fluid. So, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the anxiety and the stress really goes together, to be completely honest with you. And then, I don't know how I don't know if I want to talk about what you guys probably want to hear me talk about. Maybe not. Anyways, I do have a reasoning behind why people say it does what it does. I 100% think that I have the reasoning down. And it's crazy to me that people haven't figured this out themselves. But in my personal opinion, I think I understand why people say what they do about this stuff. If you know what I'm talking about. I understand why. But, before I close this out and get into my main point of the video, I'll just tell you my dosage really quickly. But stay tuned because I'm going to switch this around a little bit. So I was taking 2 tablets, which is the recommended serving size, which is 600 milligrams. 2 tablets. So nothing more, nothing less. I've heard people saying they were taking double, triple. I heard people saying they were taking half. Just the recommended serving size. Then I also want to real quickly say, it's a really hard situation for whether or not females should take this, because I did some research on my own, because I'm not a female, okay? Like, I'm not gonna ever invade a female's, like, space and try to tell them things about their body. I'm not one of them. But apparently, it depends very strictly on the female. Basically, whether or not you need a testosterone booster, because if you don't need one, and you give yourself one, anyways, I just want to kind of put on that, because I know that there's some females that watch my channel and who might be interested in taking this. Probably don't take it if you don't need any extra testosterone, from what I've read, but I'm not a female and I don't come from experience. But anyways, has Ashwagandha KSM 66 done all these things for me that I just named? Let me tell you. Do I personally think that Ashwagandha in the past week has done what I've mentioned about my deadlift, squat, and bench? I do not. I don't think it has. It's been a week, and even if it wasn't a week, I don't think it's the case. I think it's been 3 weeks since I've since I've hit 225 on my squat for 1 rep. And I think since then, I've really been motivated, picked up the training, got the right mindset, and overall just grown, because I grow quickly. I am a teenager in puberty with newbie gains on top, eating in a surplus with tons of protein, eating carbs before I work out. I'm a specimen right now, okay? Taking creatine. I'm a specimen, okay? I don't look like a specimen, but I'm a specimen. So no, I don't think that the Ashwagandha was the reason that these lifts went up. The deadlift, I think I just felt good. I really just think I felt good. And then the bench, I got 1 extra rep. I don't think Ashwagandha was the reasoning. As of the anxiety and stress relief, I do 90% think that Ashwagandha was the reasoning of what I talked about a couple minutes ago. I do think that that little bit of help was because of the Ashwagandha. The other 10% says my mindset changed and things got a little bit better throughout the past week, but I think that without the Ashwagandha, things would have been a lot worse. So I definitely say no for the increase in strength and yes for the decrease in anxiety and stress. As of the feeling lean, aka fat loss, absolutely not. I've been lowering my sodium a little bit throughout the past week, just to kind of retain less water and feel a little bit leaner because I'm bulking and I'm feeling a little inconfident. It definitely wasn't because of the Ashwagandha, in my opinion. As of the muscle gain, no, I'm just growing. I'm eating in a surplus. I don't think it was because of the Ashwagandha. So anxiety and stress relief, yes. Fat loss, muscle growth, and gym performance, no. And then finally, the one that I wasn't really getting into, was it because of the Ashwagandha? Hard to say. But I have my opinions on that whole idea. But I don't know if I want to get into that. That's a very, very debatable thing. So is it worth getting Ashwagandha after a week of me being on it? I can't say, because it's a very person-to-person type thing. For me, I'm 100% going to buy it again once this dosage runs out, because I like it, and I think it's going to do great things for me. I think it reacts well with my body. But as for you, some people say it doesn't help anything. Some people say it's literally a money grab. I don't know. But all I can say, and all I will say, is it is not going to make you Ronnie Coleman. It's not. It's not even going to make you somebody slightly less than Ronnie Coleman. That's not going to happen. But I like it. I will be buying it again. And I do recommend that you try it if you can, 100%. Unless you're female, then listen to what I said. Do your own research. And I think that wraps it up. I think I'm going to do the 2 weeks in video either way. But if you don't want me to, because if you found this video stupid, just let me know. I'll take your word for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Turn on post notifications. Hopefully you watch the video all the way through. Not much more to say. I think that's a wrap.